What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing for NASCAR Legends Series, the 87's. This is going to be my literal very first start ever in this car. I just purchased it about a week ago on a recommendation from someone. It's always a car that's kind of interested me, and I do own one on the main. Just I bought it to do the hill climb thing at Mount Washington, and I never raced it because I didn't have the time and didn't take the time to learn it. Tried to learn it last week at Richmond some, learned it this week at Darlington some. I've run a lot of practice, but obviously no idea how that's going to equate to race pace. So we're going to see how this goes. It'd be nice to run well, but I kind of just want to learn and survive. This is, like I said, this is literally my very first race event ever. So we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to just run one of these at least here this week to get the participation in for the series, which will add to my total. Um, Trying to set the overall iRacing world record, which by the time you see this video will have been set, and I'll have the official tally out and the official numbers, and there will be a week 13 video probably later this week when you see this, kind of breaking that down, what that looked like, and all the things that went in that. So regardless, we're going to get in here. Um, Probably have time for a couple laps to just kind of get my feet back wet and make sure I know what I'm doing, which I don't. I've been recommended, I've been told that the desired settings, I guess, are probably just going to be leave everything default. I was tempted to go click back on the brake bias, just try to save some right front tire, but it sounds like you overburn the right rear tire pretty easily doing that, and we don't want to do that. So we'll just go down to our own group here, try to get a couple clean laps in by ourselves. There are definitely some fast guys there in here and run this car. No idea, again, what our pace is going to be like. Hopefully we can just kind of survive, get top 5. If we lose some iron, great. If we gain some, awesome. I just want to survive, not make any dumb mistakes, and learn. So this car, as much as any other, probably more than any other, probably just about patience. You got to be so patient, so slow on throttle, on inputs. It is really all about just making sure that you're precise. You know, be slow. Better to be slow and be precise than go crazy and overdo it, which is good. I'm good at that. I'm really good here. That's why I wanted to do it at Darlington this week. Next week is Dover, where I'm not so good. This is just going to kind of fit, hopefully, my knowledge base and my driving style a little bit. Gotta be so careful not to overdo it, not to slide the tires too much. Again, in my long practice runs I did, my tire wear and my pace was actually pretty decent. However, the problem with that is I didn't feel like I was actually good enough to run this. Looks like PCM's going to be in here. Maybe Troy is going to come as well, which is going to be, they're going to be fast. They're not going to be beaten here, so we'll see what we can do. Probably going to be a little bit of a crapshoot. I have no idea what we're going to be looking at here as far as race pace and stuff, but hopefully we can learn some. People will burn their tires off, perhaps. Hopefully it's a green race, no cautions. That would be great. But again, the key is just long run pace, being smooth, not sliding the tires at all if you can help it. Don't make any mistakes, obviously, in defense, which is easier said than done. But again, this is probably my best oval, so hopefully we can manage to do that. Pace is going to slow down to like a 33.50 or a 33.60 by the time we come to pit road at the end of this thing, so it's going to be very tricky, actually, using a little bit too much of the apron there in the turn 1. Hot lapping is going to be a struggle for me. I don't know exactly how to get pace out of this car straight up, so we're not going to probably qualify towards the front. 10 registered though, so we're going to have a nice medium-sized split here. Again, we're going into it totally green. Top 5 would be a great result. Not dying would be the minimum result. I don't want to eat shit. That would be awful. Again, if Troy and PCM and some of those 7, 8K guys are in here, they're going to be the fast ones. We'll just pull it off here once we get off turn 2, since we're going to be launching our session here. So easy to slide the rear tires and slap the fence there. Also easy to burn the right front off and plow in the wall there. Had a lot of experience with that. Obviously, run a lot of B open here and B fixed. So we'll see what we got. We're probably going to be, it looks like, if PCM is the only one, if Troy didn't end up joining the session, is probably going to be the 2 car, I would assume, at 5,500. Denson is in here as well. He is like 3K something, so we'll see what the split looks like. And we'll hope for the best. If we can get top 5 out of this, we probably won't lose too much ironing. But again, maybe we'll be decent. So I do love this track. If you haven't learned this track like properly how to drive here, I cannot recommend it enough. It makes you a better driver. Learning how to drive here, learning how to drive Old Atlanta, in the same way that like learning how to drive the Nürburgring makes you a better road racer, or if you're an oval or an asphalt guy, excuse me, learning dirt or vice versa, it makes you a better driver. Diversifying and challenging yourself at a place like this to be so precise for a whole run is really rewarding when you get it right. So, yeah. So these front four are going to be fast. Obviously, take me out. Don't know who Tom is or Joseph or any of these guys, so we'll see what they got. 10 cars, though, it's a decent sized split. Again, PCM is going to probably run away with this unless something weird happens, but if we can end up in the top 5, that would be awesome. No idea how to get Q pace out of this as well, but we're just going to try to play it easy. Take it smooth and safe, let the fast guys go be fast, and hopefully we'll have something on the back end if it goes green and we can kind of survive and be okay. I've heard here that the key to Darlington is taking 2 tires and managing and just being safe, but again, we'll see where we are as far as on-track positioning and how that works out, but we'll see if it works out that way, but I'm ready to go. I feel okay about it. Not sure how we're going to shake out again and what kind of tire wear everybody else is going to have, but hopefully we're in the ballpark of where we need to be. Rather be smooth than fast. If we can just settle in the top 5 somewhere and ride, that's cool. A lot of people have been running the bottom into turn 3 here. I've never found that that's beneficial in any car, so I'm going to stick to my usual be open line of up on the fence at 3 and 4. It seems like you get a better run for sure off of turn 4, but it seems like you can roll the center a little bit better out there. Again, that may or may not be bull crap in this car because I have no idea at all what this car needs or wants for pace, but in my brain that makes sense, and it seems like I'm perfectly comfortable entering up there in the middle just because of my seat time here in other cars, but most people want to bail out and run on the bottom on entry and slide up, and I don't think you really want to slide the front tire like that if you can help it. And I'm perfectly comfortable running up high in the center of 3 and 4 and entering up there, so we'll go with that as a strategy for 3 and 4. No idea if it's going to be beneficial or work or anything like that, but we'll see. We are ready for Q. No idea, again, what our Q pace is like. I don't even know if you want to have tire heat or not. Like, we're just going to roll out here and run a couple laps. I have no idea if you want to warm tires coming to your flyer lap in these cars or not. Obviously, you don't want to burn them up because they burn up very, very quickly with these old tires and everything, but I have no idea what the optimal strategy is for qualifying speed, nor do I know what I need to do. I mean, I know roughly what I need to do, but easier said than done. So we'll give it a whirl. I'm probably going to shut up and focus, make sure I hit my marks, and be back in a second. Felt like a decent lap. Not sure where it'll be, but we'll see. 30.93. All right, well, it's better than I've run all week. Ran a couple zeros. I felt pretty comfortable at hitting a 1 in Q. That was about as perfect as you can hit, I think. Maybe the track temp's a little cooler. I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much here. And then again, we're not going to push anywhere near this hard in the race. So. All right, well, we'll see what everybody else can do. We did beat McCandless, actually. So we'll see what those guys have for race pace. Obviously, they're going to be plenty fast, so we won't fight them. All right. Looks like everybody that's fast or moderately fast is gone. So hopefully we can just kind of get in line somewhere, stay in the top 5. I had to post that in the K5 Discord because there's no way that they're not pulling my leg here. This is I I just happened to nail that lap and it was a great lap, but I'm not actually this fast. I promise you that the 1 and the 4 and the 3 are going to go by me and drive away because that's just I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing at a basic level of running the lap, but I don't know how to find speed in the long run, or what I think I know how to find speed. I don't know how it actually stacks up against other people. PC, I didn't even run a second lap. All right, so yeah, I guess that's a pole. Okay. Oh, the 8 car's not even here. Okay, so we're gonna have 9 cars. It looks like, which is good, I suppose. I don't know what I'm doing. What did I get myself into? Yikes. I will indeed race the track. I love the track. Not the track I'm worried about, it's the car. We are ready. I guess it's up to me to fire this puppy off. I have no idea if we even have restarts. I'd assume not because it's 1987, but I get to go when I want then, right? Which means I get to, choose this. All right, we'll set up for rights. Again, I have no idea if that's the move or not. Sure. We should only need like 10 gallons of fuel at the pit stop. That should be more than enough. If we can do 3 laps a gallon, we're gonna have about 50. We should really only need less than that, but if we're gonna get right sides, might as well do it this way. All right, well, there goes nothing. Again, if we can just kind of get in line 4th or so, ride, that's cool with me. We're not going anywhere fast, so. Raced with Cody some and other stuff before, Denson as well. I don't think I've ever raced with Philip before. He runs a lot of this, a lot of stuff I don't run. But obviously he's notorious. He's a guy you have to beat whatever you get in, so. That'll be our matchup, is to try to hang behind him and not, again, burn the tires off. And if he wants to go at his pace, he can go. We'll just try to survive, because I think that that's our best bet to try to get a decent finish out. This is just to survive, so we'll see what we can do. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we can end this with a solid top 5 run. Podium would be awesome. We'll see what we can do. Appreciate you coming. Make sure you drop that like and a sub down below. Let's, without further ado, 90 laps of massive patience coming right up. Decent getaway. We led 1 lap. Just let him go here. Obviously, you get that overlap in the one, you're going to be in trouble, so might as well just back off of that. See if we can learn a little bit of something. Seems like they're all exiting forward low, which makes sense. Just not how I know to do this, so we got to try to learn a little bit here if we can. Just gotta not get drawn into a race here. It's so easy to do, especially here. It's just you can't fight. You just gotta pick a speed and run it and live with it. And it's so difficult to do that because as racing drivers, we want to go and we want to fight and we want to compete. But you can't afford to. And I'm sure this car is about the worst of it, where you just gotta settle in, find your pace, not make mistakes, and let the track and the race come to you, because it's a long race in this car. It's gonna take probably close to an hour, even if it goes green here. Just to run around here and not making mistakes is very difficult to do in that regard. So just gotta play it by ear, hope for the best, be smooth, not make any mistakes with a pit stop or anything else like that. Make sure we hit our marks. Looks like they're all getting off for a little bit better than I am. Not sure if that's a deficiency by me or if they're just pushing a little bit harder. Regardless, we'll stick with what we're doing right now. We're still seemingly in the ballpark of where the pace should be, I guess, because I'm running basically the pace I want to, and we're not losing massive amounts of ground or anything, so it gives me confidence that we're roughly where we need to be. Again, we'll try to do all our braking in a straight line, not slide the entry. I did slide a little bit that time. Slide the exit as well, have to lift a little bit too much corner speed carried there. We're still okay. Looks like the last place guy there, the 10 car, was in 9th, might have just spun in 1 and 2 there at the toe perhaps. Couldn't quite tell where he went. Yeah, he did. So down to 8 now. Maybe we'll get a nice green run then. PCM slowly starting to pull away. It's just going to be, with all the seat time here, it's just going to be more consistent with this car, knowing where that limit is and how it's going to change, than I will be not knowing anything at all. So again, if we can keep them in sight, I think we're doing okay. We'll let the two behind us try to battle, see what Tom's got for long run pace. And again, I fancy myself against anybody at Darlington, but this is just going to be all new for me. So the bright side is we're not the 1 car by a mile, so even if we finish 2nd or 3rd, we should be just about breaking even. Pushing slightly harder than I'd like to, just because I think that based on the pace ahead, it can be kept at that little bit higher pace. I know what our tire mark is at, you know, a slower pace-ish, so I'm trying to modulate that a little bit. Good around the exit there for Jacob. Not going to be far enough up to take a look here. Again, if he does get a nose into 1, we'll just let him go. No point in fighting here, or ever really, but just play it chill. See how much his field is spread here. Looks like behind Tom there's a big gap already for 6th, so feel good about that. Definitely getting off at 4 better than I am, just with that lower exit. I'm not sure if that's going to be a benefit or not. I need to pay attention to that and see how they do the later we go, in my mind, it's going to use up more right rear and more right front turn down across the hill, because that's, again, what I know from Xfinity. A little bit of front tire slide there. If you want to pass into 1 doing that move, great. I'm not going to let you go into 3. It's just, it's not the place to make the pass doing it that way. So if he wants to get a run and go into 1, he can go ahead. We're going to have to contest 3 just because of the way you have to enter the corner. So pace is still okay, apparently. Again, we're losing time, but not gobs of it. And we expected to lose time. The dude's a 7K plus for a reason. In this car, primarily, so we're doing okay. Keep it off the fence is goal number 1. Save the tires, goal number 2. Maintain decent track position and not make mistakes is goal number 3. Yeah, we're already on lap 14. It feels like I've been fighting for a lot longer than that. We're already about a 1/6 of the way through just by having to focus up and concentrate, which is good. I mean, again, I ran that 90 lap practice mock race and it was awful. I was just riding around by myself for, you know, an hour basically, just trying to figure this thing out. But Philip just hit the wall pretty hard there, actually. So we gotta not do that. It's gonna be good. I'll give him a little bit of right side damage at least. Maybe it complicated his day a little bit, but again, I think his overspeed is so much that it's not gonna be a threat. Unless it compounds and he does it a couple more times, then maybe, but still safe. I'm definitely going to have a tendency to burn the right rear off of this more. Just because I'm going to, in my mind, feel like I can throttle up late and get the rear to slide out rather than pushing the front, which is true. But I don't think that's what you actually want to do, so. Clicking through the laps here, this is much better already, much more entertaining and much more engaging than running these 90 laps by yourself just to see where you stack up. So Cody's fallen back a little bit. He and Tom kind of maintaining that gap there. Really floating the entry to 3. I think that's just safer. Jacob getting a little bit of a run off 4, but on that bottom line, if he can't get a nice straight exit, because I'm out there, he's not going to be able to complete a pass down to turn 1 that way. So again, we're losing time to fill up ahead, but we knew we would. We're just kind of maintaining, hanging on here. I think even if we slot back in 3rd, we'll be okay. Just have to play it by ear. Jacob's clearly faster than me, at least right now. Just can't quite live with his center roll 3 and 4, which makes sense. Again, back to no mistakes, not doing anything silly, not doing anything special. We're not going to find a bunch of pace pushing harder, so. Here he comes, much better run this time. Let's let him go again here. Not fight that right now. Just got a slot in 3rd here. We can survive, try to increase the gap back if the guys are running out of tires behind us, which they may or may not be. Regardless, we just gotta pick our pace here. Watch Jacob exit 4 and see what he's doing differently, turn it down across the hill, see if that's a benefit or not. Probably not going to try it in this race, but we can study it, see how it changes things, what he does differently. He's definitely attacking the entry to 1 more than I am, more than I'm comfortable with. Again, if Xfinity taught me anything, it's you do not want to scrub the right front at all in 1 and 2 if you can. You can get away with it in 3 and 4 just because it's a slower corner. But obviously, you still got to keep the right front on it to be good in 3 and 4. You can just get away with scrubbing it more in 3 and 4 and still be all right. But 1 and 2, you can't do that. Exit a little bit lower this time. Just trying to follow the tire track, see how it feels. This is such a good track. I can't say enough how great this track is. If you haven't raced here or don't like it, sit down with someone that knows it, learn it. It's such a great, rewarding racetrack, and it's so much fun to get right. There we go. Yeah, just not quite where I need to be in 3 and 4. I don't know where it all is pace-wise, but just not quite where I need to be. Gotta be careful off 2. I can already tell we're starting to slide the right front just a little bit. Can't quite get down where I need to, so we gotta be careful. Back up our center at 1 and 2 just a little bit. Definitely under driving the entries on both ends, I think. So that'll help us with right front as we go. Just about maintaining the cars behind, maybe a little bit faster than Tom. Cody's just about even with where we're at pace-wise. Feel okay about this. Again, if Jacob drives away, that's probably to be expected. Obviously, he's talented as well, 3K. I don't know, maybe we'll have something on the back end, maybe we won't, but gotta get there first, so gotta keep doing what we're doing. And that similar middle entry, high center, 3 and 4. He's cutting down a little bit more than I am. Good corner that time compared to the guys behind. Good corner again there. The other thing I have to learn, because I didn't get a chance to practice this or test it out or anything, how to make a pass other than the guy letting you go if you get an overlap. But if I get a run on Jacob at some point, how do we make that move if he doesn't choose to let us go? So that's something we're gonna have to learn and figure out. Looks like we're just about able to maintain the pace he's at right now, so that's good. It's a good sign. Definitely a little better than us in 3 and 4. Definitely attacking the entry to 1 again more than I am, which is a little bit interesting just to watch. But we actually turned down a little bit too soon there, trying to straighten out that exit. Ended up working out. We survived. Driving the 3 a little bit harder that time. Try to carry entry speed. I wonder if he's taking that low line because he can't roll the top anymore with his tire heat. Not sure. That's interesting. Let's keep an eye on that. Phillips got in the way about 3 seconds from us. I think we probably have a little bit better tire saved at this point than what Jacob does, but again, making the pass is going to be a tricky part. Got a little bit tight there off 2. Making the pass is going to be a tricky part unless he lets us have it if we get a run, but we're not close enough to even think about that yet, so keep doing what we're doing, chilling. Definitely pushing for that lower exit, which we'll try a little bit. Not a great lap there from me. That was pretty sloppy. Again, we're still surviving, so. It's another disconnect. Not sure what Joseph's up to, but that leaves 6 cars on track currently. Joseph's still in the pits, so may have hit the wall or something. Definitely into 3 right now, better than Jacob is. Trying this center roll line that he's got. Interesting. This is all very interesting. Again, we're probably going to go to roughly lap 70 on these tires, I would guess. So, long way to go. Probably about another 2 or 3 tenths of fall off we have yet as well. Everybody's backed up, and once you kind of stabilize, you're okay, but you can fall off a cliff if you overdo it. Yeah, we definitely have better entry center to 3 for Jacob right now, at least for the pace he's running. I know we won't want to let us back past. That would be nice if he would if we get there, but roughly matching what McCandless is doing. He can't get turned down off of 2. Definitely going to burn up his right front doing that if he continues that. Just got to avoid that because that's going to be the key. Again, you don't want to go too hard and burn this off, but you don't want to just follow him either. So get in the rhythm behind him, which we don't want. He's definitely still entering one harder than I am, even higher like that. So. Still doing okay. Back of our entry is 3 there, enter a little bit lower. Not get quite as high, keep nose on the left front, or air on the left front, excuse me. Roll through there okay. Thought he might hit the wall there, so I bailed out of that high exit and went to the bottom. Again, we'll let him push whatever pace he wants to push at. Just settle in, feel comfortable. Definitely able to roll more speed into 3. Just gotta try to line up an exit. Seems like we're definitely stronger into 3. So just gotta try to get a run off 2, which is easier said than done. Appreciate it. All right, well, so let's go there. We clearly have a pace advantage, so back to second. Set our pace here now. Hopefully we can open this gap up. I think we definitely have more tire left, which is good. So we have a long way to go before we're going to be thinking about coming in. So see what everybody else continues to do here as far as their pace and where they're at. Gotta get back in my rhythm now is the problem for the pace I want to run. Let me finish that pass. You have to be so precise around here. So precise. It's such a fine margin. It's so much fun, but it's such a fine margin. It's definitely stressful. So interesting, we haven't even pulled any margin here behind. Not sure if he's just matched our pace now as his kind of baseline, or if we're just slow, or what we've done, but I felt like we were faster and we were behind, but you know, having a rabbit to go off of is a beautiful thing sometimes. But again, we can still see PCM up ahead, not quite 5 seconds. Off to that time than him. Just get the nose point a little bit better where we want to. Now that he's back behind us, he's actually pretty good in 3. See him really dive his entry there. Actually just about get up in the fence. Still rolling good. Yeah, we just don't have the pace to match the one car predictably, but should at least be able to compete for this podium spot. We don't make any mistakes here. Feel good about. And I have to pass the 7 here lap car at some point. I was gonna say at some point here Jacob's gonna plow the fence down or just burn his right front off. Just entering 3 so hard, which is great. He's making good lap time, but it's difficult. Not quite able to match PCM's lap time, but we're not too far off. He's just, again, he's more consistent. He's better at this, obviously. We're doing okay. Really beating Jacob in turn 2. Off of turn 2 is where we're making all our time on him. Better in the 3 he is right now, but again, they'll add up ever so slowly as he burns right front off. He's better in 3 and 4 right now, which is strange to me because that's where we were beating him behind him. Not sure. Maybe he's just roasting him. Maybe he's learned something. I don't know. I don't know anything, obviously. Doing okay, though. We're still in a good spot. Just about halfway here. Alright, halfway. Used about 13 gallons. And need probably about 6-7 here for the pit stop. Just then we get a chance. Let's go with 7 to be safe. Be more than enough. Again with that exit of 4, it's so strong. It's all very interesting. I figured he'd burn his stuff up, but at least not in 3 and 4. Right there, he's not worried about it, or I'm just bad, which all the above could be possible. Gonna keep doing what we're doing. It's doing okay, so just keep rolling at this pace. I think I can push my exit of 4 a little bit harder. He's got to be so careful with it. It's such a fine line, but I think it's out there somewhere. Jacob chooses to pit, we'll have to come in, you know, immediately after, unless it's, you know, lap 70, and then we'll just come in. We'll be coming in anyways, so. Seems to not be overly concerned about his exit pace. Pace is okay. Feels good. Feel like we have enough tire left to push for, you know, relatively push for these last 20 laps here for a pit stop. Seems coming to pit road. We have a nice solid 6th place finish though, it looks like, if he doesn't make any mistakes. A little bit there that corner, just see what happened. Didn't really make up anything like I thought we would. So go back to a little bit more conservative. Again, we have the track position, so I'm probably not going to fight this if he does get another run. Just have to keep that in mind because that's the tricky part, obviously. I assume that Cecil, PCM, I don't know, I'm looking at stuff, will probably consider getting 4, just in case he gets burned with a really late yellow or something, but he's got the time and the pace, obviously, so he could get 4 and still be okay. He may come up behind us, but he'd be obviously much faster, so.
Sorry, Jason.
Interesting. Interesting thought processes, I'm sure, going on up there. Jacob and I are going to be just in who gets on and off pit road better, basically. So even. At least right now. Or at least the pace I'm driving is so even. I have no idea if this is what I should be doing or not. But this pace is so even. This is fun. I enjoy this. I'm enjoying the car. Obviously, I always love a good race at Darlington. Nothing like it except Old Atlanta, but you know, this has become my best oval with the demise of Old Atlanta, so love a good race here always. There's never a bad race here unless you end up in the fence early. The only bad race I've ever had here was a couple years ago, RTP at Darlington. I just got the set wrong and we were awful. I think I finessed like a 20th place finish just because people died at the end on a bunch of green white checkers, but we were legitimately a 30th place truck out of like 35. It was pretty frustrating because, again, I love this track, but I learned a lot that day about RTP and about how the sets go for this and everything else, so it wasn't for nothing, but definitely seemed to be better off too. Interesting pit stop timing. Looks like Jacob's coming in. We'll come in as well this time because we can't afford to let him get ahead of us, so yeah, I come in right here. I don't really want to because I don't want to get lapped, but can't let him get out there on fresh tires and drive around us, so. Use all the track width because we have it. Nice and easy on our entry. Pretty good entry. Not perfect, but it was pretty good. See how long PCM decides to go for. We'll probably all get lapped here, at least for a little bit. There's Jacob leaving. Don't speed or anything stupid. Looks like they're all doing 2 tires. Not slide their entry. .72.72. Pretty happy with that. Good tire wear. Really good pit cycle there for Jacob. He's gonna go right past us, so we're not even gonna bother. Whatever he found there on entry was fast, so. Yeah, we'll just settle in. Still got more than 30 to go. Whether he makes mistakes or what, we just gotta not beat ourselves here. Have a nice gap though. I don't know what happened to Cody behind, but he didn't really make up very much there. These tires in nicely. Tom's coming in here, which will get us back on the lead lap, so that's good. It'll take about 5 laps, I've heard, for these puppies to equalize, which will be perfect. Cody ended up 12 seconds behind us. I'm not sure if he got 4 there or what. Did make up some time on PCM. See what kind of pace Jacob has here. Which is pushing. We'll just take a chill. Probably about lap 65. Then we'll be able to go a little bit. Definitely can overdo the tires here at this point while they're sliding around. So gotta avoid that. Now cycled back to 3rd, which is good. Are making up time even with this kind of slower approach, so interesting how that's all kind of worked out for now. Still sliding a little bit, just gotta be so patient, especially here. Tom got lapped, he must have gotten 4. Getting to be pretty fast here on the short runs, so. Definitely catching Jacob a little bit, which is interesting, if he's just sliding like crazy or what. Yeah, right now we're making up a little bit of time, so cool with me. Big slide there, smacking the fence. Get a big run here. Take the spot down to turn 1. Just over-rotate it there on the cold right side tires, I would assume. Not what you want, but we'll take 2nd back. And we just gotta be patient with it because I think we have the speed to hold this off. Again, we know we have better left side tires just because we were going so gentle on them. So 6 seconds back, we're not getting anywhere near the 1 car, obviously. I think we can try a fight for 2nd here. I think we are in a good spot. Nice that we made a nice easy pass there. Didn't have to work for it. Obviously now we're going to be to the point where we're not really quite letting them go as easily anymore if we can help it. Hopefully he just doesn't get a run. It's obviously charging 3 a lot there again, so. Still a long way to go, 24 laps here. Take probably 15 minutes. It's all right, we're doing good. We're cruising good. Got our track position back. I think we have decent tires. Definitely making up time off of Ford. I haven't quite figured out how. It's been consistent. It hasn't been a tire thing. It's been consistent. We're pretty good in 2 especially, but he's still beating us a little bit into 1 and 3, and especially off of 4. Big slide that time for me. He slid behind as well though. So tricky, and we're going to be free just because the right sides. Lap traffic will be a factor. Hopefully they just jump out of the way. I think only the one guy is 1 lap down. Everybody else is multiple. Tom is 1 lap down. Joseph is multiple. So yeah, we're down to 4 cars on lead lap. Actually, Cody hasn't made up much time at all, if any. So 2 tires must be okay here. 21 to go. Hopefully we can hold this off. Tom is faster on his 4, predictably. We have a nice rhythm going here, at least now. Feels okay. Can still burn off the tires in this amount of laps, but hopefully we don't do that. I think we'll be probably okay on straight up pace, but it's mistakes, little slides that'll cost us, so still doing all right. This is a lot of fun. I can't state how much fun this is. This is the kind of car that should race here. Overslide the entry there just a little bit. This is the kind of cars that should race here regularly because it's such a great track. About a half-tenth better for PCM up ahead than us, so he's definitely just got that little bit of speed that's compounded here as we go. Obviously, he's going to end up winning by 10 seconds or something, but we're not so far off that it's embarrassing by any means. We're just not there, so still got to fight for the second place though, because Jacob's making me be perfect, as he should. That's what I want, so definitely have to try to start pushing the exit of 4 just to stay ahead, because that's where he's strong, is off 4. you how much dirty air is a thing in this car. But trying everything we can to keep them in it. That's a little better. Good exit from 2 that time. Pushing a little bit harder now into 3, just trying to find lap time. Every bit we can find we're going to need. And then some. 14 to go. Not to be perfect, obviously, but every bit of time that's out there we got to maximize for sure. So opened up a little bit of gap. Not sure if he's backed off, saved some tires, or if I've just pushed a little bit harder here. Either way, we still got to be perfect with this. Fence there again. Cost him a couple tenths at least. Open up a nice gap for us there. About a second. Again, who knows what kind of damage that did or what kind of right side tire wear that increased. So good. Gives us a little bit of breathing room. Try to be a little more chill, still maintain lap time, but not have to push to 11 tenths to defend or anything. So. He's faster when he gets it right, that's for sure. Definitely faster when he gets it right. Definitely pushing much harder than we did earlier. I need to. Probably don't need to lap time wise. We're just trying to maintain this spot, and I'm doing everything I can to get everything out of it. If we burn through the tires in 10 laps, awesome. But I'm going to make him come catch me and pass me if that's going to be the case. So try to get this gap as much as we can. We got 10 to go. We're maintaining okay. I'm actually really pleased with how this has gone so far. But we still got to stay on our toes and be perfect. You can't blink once here. You can't slip up. You can't make a mistake. It's got to be perfect. We've done it for 80, we got to do 10 more. Just starting to increase this margin. Not sure if he's burned tires off or if he hit the fence again or what, but we're going to make him come earn it, that's for sure. Eight more. Good gap. It's 33.4 pace, 33.5 in there. We'll get it done. We just got to maintain that, not slip. found that line of how hard we can push at this point. It's a little bit faster than he can push, so I don't know if he's making mistakes or if he's just falling off pushing that for as long as he did, but maybe that wall hit had something to do with it. But regardless, we're doing okay. Just gotta stay focused for about 5 more minutes here. It's about maximum push right there. Six to go. Faster than the leader, it looks like. At least as fast, roughly. Again, he's got maybe half a tenth or so on us, which is just, he's so good. He's not just good in this car, but he's sound. Knows what he's doing, obviously knows what he's looking for here, and I don't, so. Time to find, stuff to learn. We'll have to go back and watch more film, do stuff like that, but I'm really, really happy with how this has turned out. I exceeded my expectations. We got 5 more laps to finish it up, but a second is going to be a monumental finish for us here, because came in totally green, not knowing what we were looking for, and learned on the fly a little bit. The preparation paid off. We did everything right. All the practice worked, all the mocks runs I did, the mock tire runs, the testing. It's nice when that stuff actually works out and applies, because too often, you know, that weird stuff, RTP even, stuff like that, you get going and you have your speed, you have your strategy, and you just get killed immediately because egos and if hold then car, you know, that type of mentality. But it's worked out here this week. Again, this is not a crazy SOF. We didn't have to deal with cautions or too much strategy or anything, but as far as where we were running and how we got through this, it's worked out. So very happy with that. 4 more. In a great spot. Done everything right. Not made the mistakes. A little bit too much entry slide there. Overdrove just slightly in the center. Got through it. 3 more. We are starting to pay for having pushed these last 10-15 laps, but that's okay. We only got 3 to go. We're not going to be caught from here unless we hit the fence. It's gone well. I could not ask for anything more. Two more good ones. McCandless will take a convincing victory starting from the outside pole. We let him go on lap 2, and he's pretty much ran away the rest of this race, so it's a surprise of absolutely nobody. A little bit of push there. That was the first time we've ever really slid the nose a lot through 1 and 2. It's a big time push there. Burned the front tires off, I'm sure. But we will come back to the white flag. We only got to make it 1 more. White flag, credit 1 bank, all the usual stuff. Hooray. We can do it. Conservative off of 2 here. Much better that time. Got the nose in. Just to touch the brake to try to get the nose to plant. Worked out. 2.5 seconds back. No pressure. Nice semi-hard entry down here in the 3. Slide up the track just a bit. Great race, everybody. That was a blast. Off of 4, we'll take it. P2. Avoid the wall the whole race.
Yeah, good race. Fun when it goes green.
Yeah, I learned a lot running behind you there. That was cool. Good race. All right, we'll take that all day. We'll take that all day. See what our tires were there. Obviously, we only got the 2. We're 72-72 on that first 56 lap run. And the last 34, we were 86-86. Huh. Well, that was really, really fulfilling. I mean, that was obviously didn't go perfectly. We didn't win, but that was a blast. That was so much fun. I am hooked. At good tracks, I am hooked. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. I can't tell you enough how much fun that was. So, we'll see what we can do here. All right, see what the stats look like, the results from that one. Should obviously gain a little bit of iRating. Plus 13, we'll take that back up over 5,600 again after the disaster that was Daytona week. Plus 0.2 SR is good. We get some of that back. 17 IR gain for PCM up ahead. He led 87 laps, all but the one that was led by Tom during the pit cycle. We led the first two from pole. Best lap, not quite there, but again, we knew that. We were not trying to be fast. Average was pretty good. I felt good about where we were at. I felt good about the pace. I felt good about the tire wear. I don't know if Cody got 4 and just burned him off and lost so much time, or got 2 and had a mistake. I don't know what happened there, but he lost a lot of time, but was in a secure fourth. We managed to pull away from Jacob at the very end there. That was a lot of fun. A couple guys either started and didn't run long or whatever, but we will take that all day, every day. I will take that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Well, that's a great first start in this series, and I hope that there are some more good ones to come. So that's going to be it. Make sure you drop a like and a sub down below. Don't want to miss any of the action from iRacing, New Speed Hop Suit 2, NASCAR Dirt to Daytona, Camaro content, anything else I may post. Um, wow, that's a hell of a debut in this series if I've ever seen one. So we'll take that 11 times out of 10. So we'll hopefully get back in this car relatively soon and continue to learn a lot, and hopefully we have a couple of wins along the way. So that's going to be it. Till next time, as always, bye bye.